pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fine intervention.
Okay, let's approve the minutes of the January the 3rd, 2019 regular meeting.
So moved. Second, I mean.
Mr. Wilkerson made the motion and Mr. Baker seconded that. Is that an all yes vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Just for the record, Mrs. Smith is on the phone with us this afternoon, or this evening. Okay, under public comments, we don't have anyone that signed in tonight, do we, Mr. Ellis?
No, sir.
Okay, and we don't have any presentations reports, do we, Mr. Mickey?
No, sir.
Okay, we're moving right along then. Let's go to the administrative section. Have a motion to look at those?
Move. Second.
Thank you.
Mr. Curry and Mrs. Smith. Confused here. Okay, Tim.
Item A, school volunteers who on occasion may also serve as bus chaperones for athletic events, academic competitions, or school outings, and have completed volunteer orientation. Item B is an out-of-state trip for Hamilton PK8 students to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Dollywood and Wonderworks Museum, May the 20th through the 22nd, 2019, transport by charter buses. That is the first week that any field trips of that nature will be allowed this year. That's the next to last week of the school year. The following week is when we finish up. So you'll see some others on upcoming agendas. I think we received an additional one for Hamlin late last week. It didn't make the agenda, and then we received one yesterday, and we tracked it down. I sent it across the street without captioning it for Susie for West Hamlin Elementary, so.
Okay. Now, is the testing window, is it already well within that?
That week, May the 20th is makeup week. Okay, there won't be any testing going on other than for students that need to make up the test. That may be missed a day.
Well, but I mean, in this May 20th, 22nd timeframe right here,
So students can't go unless they tested.
so it's possible that some students could be tested then?
They would, no, they will have already tested.
But if they miss the testing, they would have to
Right,
go
if
during
somebody-
these days.
If someone missed, yeah,
They would be excluded from making the trip.
right.
Or they have to test on one of the other 2 days that week.
Prior to this, yeah, or when they get back.
Yeah, so they have all 5 days, it's a 3-day
The 20th,
trip.
21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
That's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. So
Fifth-
they've got
fifth grade
Thursday and
trip.
Friday when they come back.
How long does the testing itself last?
The window, oh, the
I mean, if
the
you
length
actually-
of the test depends
yeah.
on which test it is. So if they missed one day, they may have missed the math test. So
What if they
it's
missed
3
every day
hours.
that's already been given?
This will take them 2 days to make it.
Chances are we're gonna skip school that week too then. The makeup week. If they missed every day, the odds of them coming for makeup testing are somewhere between slim
You're
and none.
cynical. I'm assuming that child has been sick.
I mean, we've been consistent on these dates. This is because the following week is the Memorial Day weekend. And there's only 4 days. There's graduation on that Friday, the 24th. That following Monday's a holiday, so there's only 4 days of school left that next week. The fight night. And then we wrap it up.
3 weeks before school ends.
What, the trip?
Yeah.
No. It's 2 weeks.
This week here, then the next week, you say it's a 4-day week.
Wraps us up.
Graduation, and then there's
So
No, no, no.
next weekend.
24th, 25th. Here, I'll show you my calendar. Be easier. Because you.
Graduation's this week, Steve. It's it's this week, and then there's one more week after that.
Graduation is
On the
week of
24th.
20 Oh, the 24th, okay.
Well, now, what's wrong with my phone?
It's flabbergasted. Like me.
We're not doing anything any different than we've done in the past, so we're talking about this week right here. Testing, our testing window actually opens when we come back from spring break. So spring break's April the 15th through the 19th. So our window begins April 22nd. And we have until May the 24th to complete all of our testing.
that?
Here's graduations on the 24th, holidays there,
27th.
and we finish up the year.
Well, you said it was 4 days in June or not?
No. Actually, I think the last day is June, that Monday's the last day for kids, I think it's June 3rd.
Okay, I thought you were saying it was like 4 days in
No.
June.
No.
Okay.
And the makeup changed. Last year,
The
every
window
grade,
moved.
every grade had to take the same test in the county the same day. So it made makeup and doing that. So, you know, they may be, this year, it was what was called a fixed test. Everybody got the same. This year it's adaptive. So you may have one of those schools start as soon as we come back from spring break. You may have another one not start until middle of May. But last year, every third grader in the county had to take the same test the same day. So
Who has discretion as to when they do this? You say they may have it at different times. Is that a school decision or
The
you all?
state sets our testing window. Schools submit calendars for us for approval for their testing at each individual school. Because that can look different depending on the number of students, size of the school, when they start and when they
The
finish.
school has a recommendation that you have to approve it.
Right, but the state has set our window this year, that's unusual. I mean, they've locked it down. So they've told us, based upon our calendar, when our last day is going to be the test this year, and it's May the 24th. So,
I'm just wondering what Bill said there, where they had some discretion as to when they did it.
Well, for example, you have Duval, has tested grades 3 through 8. You have Ranger, which has 3 through 5, which would only be,
Fewer
you know,
days.
40 students. So, you know, Duval would have to start a lot earlier than Ranger.
Duval usually is one of the first
Yeah.
schools to start because of their size. It just takes a while to test all
Takes
the
a lot
kids.
longer for the.
You don't just have to check off on it, you approve of whether.
Right, we approve the testing schedule for each school. Item C is Willing Jesuit University student Carrie Lee performs student teaching at Guy Valley and Lincoln County High School. Item D is a contract with APL Associates Consultants to provide an instructional skills workshop on April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2019, according to the terms of the agreement. We're paying for that activity through Title II, Title V, and some state professional development money that we have.
Okay. Anybody have any questions about any more of those, the other administrative items?
Susie, what do you think about that one that's on the list, Joel Johnson? I don't know either.
She doesn't want to go on record, Curry. Is that an all yes on this item?
Yeah.
Moving right along here. Okay, finance, got a motion?
So moved.
Rowdy? Second by whom?
Wilkerson.
Wilkerson. Okay. Ray?
A, schedule of invoices totaling $943,145.36, which of course is attached. B, a county pension for the following retired employee paid from excess levy funds. Employees chosen dental vision. And C, the purchase of a 2019 F-450 chassis XL 4x4 SD regular cab at the cost of $35,987.
And that's the maintenance vehicle.
That's what Lincoln asked about.
We discussed about a month
It's
ago.
about 10,000 more than they proposed that the cost would be
Well, it's
though,
the
right?
bed. We'll be able to use the bed off this old truck.
No, I'm saying.
It is, you're right.
Yeah, when
It's
they
more.
talked to us, it was about 26, 27, now it's 36.
28 something, I think is what it was.
It's more than.
Now it's 36.
Yeah,
But you're saying we're gonna take the bed off this, no, it's chassis cab, so it doesn't come with a bed.
right, so we're taking
The old bed.
the old bed off the truck that we're having all the issues with, but on this, we're not going to have to buy a bed
But why the difference in price?
because it's a bigger truck,
Oh.
Sean, than what,
Okay,
because the bed, what they thought would work,
okay.
and I don't know a whole lot about this.
Be
The
less.
frame, it wasn't large enough
Okay.
for the bed that we currently have, because I
They
think
were
that
probably
truck
looking at
was,
a 350,
An
250 or
F-250.
350. Yeah.
so in order to get that bed to match up on that chassis, they had to go with a bigger truck.
Well, the heavier truck would be better long term anyway,
So that's why there's a
the bigger
difference.
truck.
Right, Ray?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
Makes
just,
sense.
I mean, I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. I thought I remembered 26, 28 versus 36.
No,
I'm pretty sure
everybody
it's state
agrees.
contract price anyway, so.
What's that?
It's state contract price.
And we get
Pretty sure.
a lot of this money back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It has like 90% or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
And we have a reliable maintenance truck for the first time in 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
Yes, we can. Okay. Is that an all yes on the finance items? Yes. All right. Go to personnel then. Motion, please. Fred? Second. Second by Wilkerson.
Okay, item A, employment of short, long-term substitute professional personnel. Item B, employment of teacher and resident professional personnel. If you notice, that is just for this term. That is she's doing her student teaching, but she can be paid for being a student teacher.
Which one's that?
B. B.
Gosh, I watched her play soccer.
Me too.
My daughter.
Item C, make that effective date the 28th, January 28th instead of the 16th. She had to give her employee 2 weeks. Item D, employment of substitute service personnel. Item E, employment of service personnel. Item F, transfer of service personnel. G, employment of extracurricular personnel. H, leave of absence, and I, retirements and resignations. And I gave you a handout of what vacant, what down at the bottom that's vacant for next year. And I know I emailed this to you, but I made you a paper copy too, of the timelines of what we're looking at. We're meeting with principals tomorrow and Friday, so.
Couple other items here, personnel related. The Lincoln County High School Assistant Principal's position interviews are next week. 4 applicants, right, Bill? One in-county applicant and 3 out of county.
3 out of
Now,
county.
is that closed now?
Yes, the bid is posted, came down.
Is the, I'm just being cheeky, is the in-county applicant a high school person? Is the in-county applicant currently at the high school? Or can you tell me?
I would guess that would hurt.
That's all, I'm just-
Yeah, that is a high school, it's a high
It's
school.
current high school person, okay. Thank you. Squeezing as much as I can.
There's only one high school, so.
We're interviewing Tuesday.
Interviews next Tuesday.
Yeah. And I've got good news. Through our comprehensive schools, that's all the support, the grant funding we talked about the last few weeks, we were given approval to be able to provide after school at Ranger Elementary and West Hamlin Elementary for the rest of this year. Now, Sean, we're going to go after grant funding for the other schools in the spring.
That's-
I think the deadline's May the 1st to apply. And we'll also be able to use that money to bolster the after-school programs that we already have currently going on at Duval and Harts. So we were pretty excited when we got the word the other day that we're going to be able to do this. Mr. King will be here at the January 29th board meeting that afternoon, and he'll provide some greater detail about what we're doing in those comprehensive support schools, as well as provide you with an overall federal programs update. He's got a lot of information to share with us, so just an FYI.
All right. Anything else in personnel from anyone? Not that, all yes on these personnel items? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes, there. Okay, we got any comments, concerns, board members, anybody have anything this evening? Okay, Mr. Minkid?
I don't have anything. Ready to watch the video Monday night.
Oh, is that what the special meeting is for?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I might swing by for a photograph. Is there a visit at the high school tomorrow from Dr. D'Antoni? I heard.
Not to our knowledge.
Oh, okay. I was,
Might be a surprise visit now.
Have you heard anything, Peter?
The special ed, state special
Yeah.
ed director's coming down.
Okay.
And she may be there. I don't know
Oh.
if Kathy will be with her because it's simulated
Oh,
workplace
yeah.
for those.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Lowe didn't mention, I didn't hear her say Kathy D'Antoni.
Okay.
but-
Yeah, I heard Ricky talking about that today.
Yeah.
They had to be back in Charleston by 1, so they don't think it'll be too long.
Okay.
They're 10 or 11 o'clock
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Is that all you had? Yeah. Okay, that being said, we're going to adjourn until the special meeting on January the 21st, 2019, at 6 p.m. And we'll come back in regular session on Tuesday, January the 29th, 2019, at 1 p.m. Motion?
So moved.
Mr. Baker? Mr. Curry? Oh, yes?
Yes.
Oh, yes.